Hello, how is everybody? This is the second time I've done this. The first time I did it, I had forgot to switch the mic on. This is a mic that you have to physically switch on. And I'd forgot, so I did it, put the footage on. I thought, why is the mic working? I'm not used to the Bluetooth for the DJI. Anyway, already without starting, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Right, so I've got the KUIU Storm Star out. It's been pouring down, so all I'm doing, I'm just waiting for a break in the weather, and then as soon as it turns a little bit brighter or it just stops raining long enough, I'm going to get out and I'm going to get the tent up. If you're interested, I'll pop up some stats either now here, or I'll pop them up a little bit later on. You can go through all of the stats about the tent. So apparently this is a bit of a rival for the Hilleberg, isn't it? So, well, we won't see in my back garden, but I've seen plenty of videos of it out there where it stood just as strong as Hilleberg, but at a fraction of the cost. So it was when I bought it. I got it on the 50% sale that they had on. I think it retails £622. Not sure what that is in dollars, and I picked it up for £311.
Wow.
Delivered, no taxes or no import taxes or anything like that to pay, so no nasty surprises. And I bought it from KUIU themselves. That's it, KUIU. And another thing I didn't realise, this is just in general, this has got the DAC poles, and I didn't realise that DAC, the company themselves, are very choosy about who they'll supply the poles to. Not any tent company, well, they can all apply to DAC to use their poles, but they're not all successful. DAC are very choosy about who they'll let use their poles, so that's a good thing for it. Anyway, right, so what I'm going to do, like I said, I'll wait for a break in the weather. As soon as that, you'll probably see me in the garden having a go at my first attempt at putting it up. I'll have to go because Ollie is whinging on, so I'll catch us in the garden. Right, we're in the garden. I've got the tent. It's still a little bit windy, but there's a bit of blue sky, so we'll see how it goes. What I'll do, I'm just going to get the bits out of the tent first, because I can't really stand the camera up on its own because it'll get blowed down on this. And I'll get the bits out of the bag and I'll start pinning it down. And as normal, I won't time lapse or anything. Just as I'm going through the stages and whatnot, I'll bring you back and show you a few things. So these are the DAC Featherlight pegs, which you get. I'm sure the description said 9.5mm ones. There you go. So you get 3 of them, 2 long and 1 short. There's instructions also in the bag of how to put this tent up, because there is a specific way of doing it. Also a bag of, I think it's 12 pegs. Sorry about this, I'm trying to open bags and stuff while I'm holding on to you. There's my hat. Got it off Temu. You just put in the thing, tell them what design you want on the hat there. Obviously I've got, I don't know if we're there, we Mick Outdoors. £4? I don't know how they do it. I've got some beanies coming for winter as well. So these are the pegs. They're like the tri-cross pegs, but with a twist on the end of them, or a twist to them. I can't feel any guy ropes in there as such, so maybe they're attached to the tent. We'll see when we get it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay the tent down now, get 4 pegs in, and then put the poles together for them to go through, and I'll show you the order that. Right, so we're on to step 1, which is basically to lay your tent down and put 4 pegs in. This is what the instruction says, and it says there is a wider end and a thin end, so there's a head end and a foot end, and it says to pitch the fat end or the wide end into the wind, and then with the 2 poles, the 2 long poles, You see there, they're colour coded. There's a blue. The poles I don't believe are, but the actual sleeves are, because the poles don't cross over. The poles go to the same side. So one long pole will go around this side and the other long pole will go around that side. And then you cross them over yourself. So I'll get those two long ones in first, and then you put the clips on when you put the pole in, apparently, and then put the long pole over, the short pole over, clip that one, and the short pole is to go over the top of the two long poles. Right, so I'll get the poles in now and I'll come back to you when we're at the next stage. Hopefully you can see here, so I've got yellow, so one long pole goes in, it goes around, arches around, and it comes back on the same side into the next yellow sleeve. So like I say, they're not going cross opposite to opposite, they're on the same side. Right, so now I'll put the blue one in. It'll be the same for that side. And what I like is we've got the pole sleeves at the bottom as well, with a little drain hole for water. That's something that the frame doesn't have, is a drain hole for water. So there's the two long poles in now, and apparently this is when you want to put the clips on, these clips onto the poles. So I'm sorry if the volumes are over, I've got the mic a little bit close there, haven't I, to my gob. So I'll click them on. I'll probably put the short pole back, click that on, and then I'll bring you back and let you know how I got on with those. I know I said I'd bring you back when I got the third pole over, but I just thought I'd bring you back to show you these clips. Right, that was not difficult. I think the mistake some people make is to start clipping the tent up and then do those clips. But KUIU, million pronunciations. If you do it the way they tell you, and also the way Donovan Senior kindly messaged me and told me how to do it, so far, it doesn't seem too bad. They were quite easy. With all of the clips on. They were a little bit more difficult, but they weren't. I wasn't fighting with them particularly, anything, just went on. I think the key to do what you want to do, just to make your life a bit easier, is to undo all those clips before you put the poles through, just so they're ready. So when you've got the material tight, you can just click them over. You only need a little squeeze, and the bag, that little clip stay goes across and just clicks into that groove. So I'm hoping that's right. I mean, every clip is holding two poles, so it must be. Yeah, so then it's just a case of going round and clipping all these, the other clips, onto it like so. So I shall do that. So that's it, all pegged out. You see the guy lines were all pre-attached, and obviously you can it would be the only guy line I picked to show you. Sometimes you couldn't make, so these obviously you can wrap them round for extra strength. I will guy it out because I'll either sleep in it tonight or it'll be getting left out. Now I did see on somebody's tent where it said that there was a sign at the bottom saying this end into the wind or heading into the wind, but I haven't noticed it on this tent. Yeah, there's nothing written on there saying head end into the wind. Oh well, there's your ram's head, Aries, which is apt for me, seeing as though my birthday is March the 27th, and I'm an Aries, so there you go. Yeah, I was looking thinking, where's the door?
Couldn't find the doors. I don't think, is this it? Is that it? No, that's the vent. It zips shut. I'll unzip them. It's here. How well disguised is that zip behind that storm flap? Yeah, so this is all, it's the same material apparently that I don't know if they make sails out of or they make something, but it's strong stuff. Like I said, I've already put the spiel up about it. Right, let me get it guyed out and then we'll come back and we'll have a look inside. Right, so there it is, all guyed out. Well, not all, but there's that many guys on it. I don't think I need all them just for a big garden. But I would, if you're going to take it out, I would unravel your guy lines first, because they're a bit of a thing to unpick the thing in them. Yeah, just so they're ready for you when you get there. You don't have to spend as much time as I did unpicking them to set them free from how they're wrapped, like that. So yeah, and it's also got, you could add here little points, so you could add a bungee there if needed to. I've well, it's like I say, just put these guy lines out for now, and amazingly, 1, 2, 3, 4, it comes with the right amount of pegs as well for your guy lines and all of your pegging points. I could actually go, I haven't been around and tensioned it all up yet, and it comes with a pole sleeve repair thing as well, you know, sleeve to put over in case any of your poles bend. It doesn't come, or I've not seen, it doesn't come with any repair patches though. Not that I've seen anyway, so I'll go around tensioning this up, then we'll jump in. So I've been round and tensioned it all up, and it's drum tight, that, like. How close it is, hugs the ground, that. Yeah, those clips, now that's all tensioned, that is absolutely solid. Right, yeah, the doors, let me just tilt you up a minute, excuse my finger in the way there. The doors, I could hardly find them. I'm thinking, where are they? Obviously they're under this flap here. Will I be able to do this one-handed? Let's have a look. And unlike Hilleberg's, this has the jingle-free zips. There's also a creeper clip at the bottom there. Not the easiest to do one-handed, I can't say that. Hey, let me get this. Let me get this undone. There we are with the door open. I know some people going about the that's an extra gallon. These door tie backs, but that seems fine to me. And these are also two-way zips, so you can vent. So that's a good size vestibule. It would have been nice if the vestibule's open different. So if the wind did change direction, you could just open the other vestibule, but they're not, they're both this way. You know, your door opens on both sides the same way, instead of the other door being the other side. But that's a minor glitch. And I said I paid £300, well, £311. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah, I paid £311, including the delivery. There was no taxes or anything. And I've just been on the website there, where I bought it from, the KUIU website, to just get the dimensions and stuff. Well, not so much the dimensions, the you know, the info on it, and it's back up now again. It's £634 now. So if these ever come on that flash sale again, I think you want to grab hold of one, because obviously £300 is sort of these days, I know it shouldn't be, but these days it's sort of a mid-range tent, budget to mid-range even, dare I say it, because the price of tents is ridiculous, isn't it? So yeah, so for £300 I've got a premium tent there, which is now retailing back at 634. It was 622, and then did the flash sale down to 311, which is when I picked it up, and a lot of people picked it up at that as well. And I don't blame them. And I went for it in the brown. Obviously I know there's a red, but I'm not up in the mountains that long. Somebody said, why do wild campers buy such bright coloured tents? The reason is, obviously, if you're doing a lot of hill mountain camping and search and rescue has to come out in the helicopter, a bright red tent or a bright yellow tent is going to be a lot easier for the crew to see than this brown one. You know, they'll fly straight over this unless you sat out there with your torch SOS on. But you know, if you've hurt yourself, you're inside it, unconscious, whatever, you know, they'll see the red tent up on the hill. So that's why a lot of the lads who go up into the mountains while camping buy the brightly coloured ones. But it's not something I needed, so that's why I went for the brown, or I think they call it gunmetal grey, but it's brown, basically, with a gunmetal grey door. Right. So yeah, everything so far I'm happy with. Love the little touches on these stays, that they're just, when you finish with them, they fold absolutely flat back onto that piece of Velcro. They've got like a metal rod inside there as well. The only thing is, these vents don't have any mesh. But, I mean, to be fair, if you're in the summer, if you've got your door open in the summer, bugs are just going to come flying straight in there anyway. They won't get into the inner, and they won't get into the inner there, but you still get bugs flying around between the inner and the outer anyway, don't you? So it's not a big deal to me, that, because you get, if you sat in the summer with your door open and you're in your tent with the mesh door shut, the flies and bugs and moths are all going to get inside your tent, inside the outer and inner tent, you know what I mean, don't you? So they're there anyway. So to me, it's not really, it's either there, whether they put mesh there or not. Yeah, I suppose maybe it's at night, if you're cooking in your vestibule and you've got the vent open, you've got your door, but even then you would have your top vent down a bit anyway, wouldn't you? Moths could easily get in there, so I don't know really. I'm sort of talking me in and talking me way out to get out. Like an idiot. Right, let's have a look at this door there. Everybody likes a good door. Look at that. Way! There we go. Oh, look at that inside. I'm liking that. Right, let me get in with you. Oh, we're in. I've had to take my coat on. I mean, it's up and down, isn't it, the weather at the minute. One day it's freezing. I had ice on the car. On what day are we on now? Wednesday. Monday morning, took Ollie for a walk. There was ice. I had to scrape ice off the windscreen. Today, with a coat, I'm in a lather, sweating. Right, it's open now. So there's your vent. Open there. See what they sort of said about the vents. There's no... let me turn the camera a bit for you. There's no mesh there either to stop things getting in from there. But, yeah, you vent that like that. So up above my head, there is music in the air. You've got a little washing line thing there that you can tighten and loosen. Now, apparently, where these tents sort of very first came out, the gear store, mesh gear store, came with these tents, and then they stopped doing it, and now they sell that separately for 20 quid, which I've not seen a video of anybody yet that agrees with that. You know, if you're paying the full price for these tents, what now, £632? Come on, just a 20 quid mesh gear store. Just put it with the tent. There's no need not to. It's just greed, isn't it, that really? Just put it with the tent. The tent's expensive enough as it is. Yeah, so I probably will buy one because I do like them. They're dead handy for putting stuff in, but especially when you're late of a night and you're watching something on your phone, you just hang it up in the gear loft, which would be there. You can just lay and watch whatever's on. Right, anyway, pocket-wise, let's have a look. So, where are the pockets? The pockets are at there. Oh, my picture's the wrong way around. Maybe I have, yeah. So here's your pockets. So it's sort of one pocket split into two, so it is two pockets, but you get the gist. There's 1, 2 there. Same mirrored on the other side. Your other door here as well. And I think, which if I can do it, I'm going to do, I think you can unzip. I thought you could unzip. Oh, maybe it's not. I thought there was a mesh. I can see mesh there. I thought you could unzip this to just have a mesh door. How will I do that? I can see, right, I've got it. It's me, there's the zip there. I'm looking for the zip for it. So, there we go. And then you've got your mesh door. And I see people complain about this, keeping the door back right down there when your majority of material is up here. And I suppose they're right as well. So, yeah, I mean, the head height's pretty good. I'll say it again, I'm 5'10". Not like novice wild camper. If you don't know, he's 6'4". He never mentions it. But yeah, with a mat, he's set up, but there's not that much headroom. But a good thing is here, if you can see, the sides are quite steep. They're not angled in so much, so you've got quite a bit before they start coming in at your head and thingy. And oh no, there is pockets there, sorry. Yeah, they're just that tight, like, you know, which is a good thing. Yeah, so that is your head end with the KUIU Storm Star 2 written on it. There's your warning label there. Yeah, so there's plenty of pockets for storage. Right, let me zip this door up and see what everybody's whinging about. The Ram's Head, apparently they glow in the dark. But listen to this. I don't think I've ever been inside an inner that is so drum tight. Brilliant. And I have seen that mentioned, people on videos when they've had it in high winds, saying, you know, it's one of the quietest tents, or if not the quietest tents I've been in. See, there's a fly got in. The vents are, I know they're open, but because the door's open, they're just coming through the door anyway. Right, you know. Right, so I've got that done up. My first little niggle, I've got to be honest, is the size of these loops. They're tiny. If you've got cold hands or anything, or even just like me, fatty fingers, getting them through them loops can take time. But that's up there, all right there, isn't it? People say you move it about and it'll start. I suppose if you give it a good old whack and everything, it will, but with that mesh there, that's all right. And even if it does, with this door, you could always just put a close. I know you shouldn't have to when you spend money on a tent, but you can put a close peg on there. Yeah, so there's your two vents up the top, so you can just unzip these, which then enables you to close your outside vents from inside without having to get out and go around and close them, then get back in again. You can just do it from inside. So lengthwise, I said it, I'm 5'10". Let's have a look. Oh God, there's tons of room. There's tons of room. Just get my hat in. Birch. It's not birch. If you want one, I'll buy you one. Yeah, there's my head there. I haven't even wiggled about or anything, so let's have a look at my feet. Look how much room. There's a load of room at the bottom there. Absolute load of room. And then obviously you've got your second vestibule pew through there. Yeah. And it is all material in here. The only mesh you're getting is this when you decide to have it as mesh. And I can tell you now, it is already warm inside of. It's already go on. It's already warm inside of this tent. Right guys, so that's it. I'm over the moon with it. I'll leave it up. And could you tell that I did the very first bit of the video on the Canon camera? The only thing is it takes for ages. I can link it to my phone, but it takes ages just to even send across to my phone a movie. Pictures, no problem. But it does it in movie files, and even like a 2-minute clip can take 15 minutes just to export it across from the camera to the doobly Firkin, whatever that is. Right guys, that's it for this one. So hopefully I am going to get this out on a camp, and I will bring it along amazingly on that one, and we'll see how we get on. So guys, if you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help them analytics. It helps push it out so other people get to see it as well. And also, if you don't subscribe, get yourself subscribed. It costs nothing, and you get to listen to me waffling on and on and on. Right guys, until next time, love you loads and millions. Bye for now. Mwah.